I'm on the phone with Garth Braithwaite, Senior Experience Designer at Adobe. Good morning, your time, Las Vegas. Garth, and thanks for agreeing to the interview.
Yeah, my pleasure, Bill. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you bet. Looking into the crystal ball, web professional trends for 2014, what do you think the landscape looks like?
So I think it's tough to predict some of the things. Some of the trends that we see going on now might die out quickly. They might stay for a while. One trend that I'm very interested in personally is this idea of web designers beginning to work more in the open than they have in the past. I think a lot of this comes from the shift of web designers starting to leverage tools like Codepen and GitHub, which allow you to collaborate in the open and be kind of social about what you're doing. And so we see designers like Dan Moll and even Cameron Moll, and there's a slew of them who are beginning to do at least some amount of their work in the open. So I did a presentation at BlendConf earlier this year called Designers Can Open Source. And it talks about, I talked about a little bit about the history of open source as far as development's concerned, the benefits that they've seen from doing open source development, and what might apply to us as designers, and how we can kind of start to leverage that, and maybe what some of the stumbling blocks we have. So as I was doing that, I started to collect resources of people who were doing things in the open and other open source like projects. And so I started a website called opensourcedesign.is, and I started to collaborate and collect resources there. But we're seeing an increase, or I've noticed, maybe it's just I'm noticing it more, but there's some great stock photography like unsplash.com and gratisography.com. They're both beautiful stock images or photography that has the Creative Commons 0 license, meaning that there's no that the owner of the copyright has forfeited its copyright, so anyone can use it in any context. So these sort of open giving away, not just giving away for free for the sake of giving it away, but the sake of contributing back to the community. And trying to build a stronger community. I think we're going to see more of that, hopefully, in 2014 is what I'm hoping for.
I appreciate your perspective on that. So what do you think the key benefits are?
Well, a lot of it comes down to education, both for the person who's doing the work in the open and people who are watching. I know as a when I was starting out doing web design, everything that I learned was from watching work that other people are putting out there. So we've done this for a while in the industry, right? With a lot of people have created tutorials and things like that. I think it's just becoming a little bit more widespread and a little bit more raw. People aren't having to write up a formal tutorial or make up a project. With the example of Dan Moll, he's actually just posting screenshots of the design as it's progressing. And for a new designer, it's very empowering and encouraging to notice or to see the way that people go through the process of creating, that it's not perfect the first time that it gets created, and that there's some hiccups along the way as they're doing it. Because oftentimes as a new designer, all you do is you see these finished works of these great designers, and you just think that they came out perfect that way. And then you also have the benefit of the person who's actually doing the work in the open, getting feedback from members or from people in the community really can improve your workflow. And you can kind of question why you're doing things as you're posting them out there. What are the reasons for the decisions you've made? And kind of hopefully improve your own workflow at the same time.
Yeah, great points. Certainly definite benefits. Well, Garth, we certainly appreciate all that you do for the web design community, the web profession in general, your great work at Adobe, and definitely for the perspective, the resources today, and for your time.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me, Bill.